Three, two, one. Hello, everybody at Girl Talk World. Thank you so much for being here with us. We have such a wonderful lineup today. It's a lineup of one, but it's a wonderful lineup. Let me tell you. So we are here today to talk about the Blues on Main 2022. And so we have a very special guest. Many of you already know him. If you're from the Ennis, Texas area, you know him. If you are in the Atlanta area, not Texas, but Atlanta, Georgia area, you know him. Really pretty much all over the world, you know this guy. And we have had the pleasure of being with him over a period of years. We'll get a chance to talk about that. But I'm just glad that you guys are here today to talk, listen, and to gain some information about some of the upcoming events that we have. So before we get started, again, I want to thank you for being on with us. Thank you for tuning in. I want to make sure that you guys know that Blues on Main, mark your calendars for that. That is June the 11th and 12th of this year. Only have a couple more weeks before we are in full session. We know that Cinco de Mayo was this past weekend. We've had Bluebonnet Festival a couple of weeks ago. We've got Polka Festival coming up. But guys, this June is the time for all of us to come out to really celebrate, not just celebrate Black Music Month, but just celebrate each other, celebrate culture, celebrating we're getting over COVID, just to have a wonderful time. Let's hit the numbers like some of those other festivals that we have in Ennis. Let's really work hard to get those numbers up to the thousands of people coming and just really having a good time. So we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Just want to also remind you guys, those of you who are parents out there, that we do have STAR testing. As an educator, I have to say that. We have STAR testing that's starting next week. It starts on Tuesday. So please get your children ready for that. Get them prepared. Make sure that you are actively involved in what's going on in the school system. I know that it's right at the end of the year, but your babies need you. Trust me, your babies need you. And not only do your babies need you, but the teachers and the principals need you. So please make sure that you are tying into that and just seeing how you can be a blessing to your children at their school. This week is actually Teacher Appreciation Week. So if you've not taken the time to appreciate your child's teacher, please do that. Thank a teacher. Please thank a teacher. You would not be where you are if it had not been for your teacher. So please make sure you do that. All right, well, that's all that I have at the moment. Let's jump into our very special guest, world-renowned and Unity in the Community's personal DJ, Mr. William DJ Bubba Yae McDonald.
Hey,
How
hey,
are
what's
you?
going on? How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Uh, I can't say I'm tired because I didn't do too much today at work. So, you know, I've
Oh, well,
just
we
been
can't
getting
all
ready
say
for this.
that. We can't all say that. I worked like a slave today. I did. I did.
Well, like you said, let's get right into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Blues on Main thing is it's a big deal, and for Ennis, it's been a long time coming. When we first started this thing, when we had about 40 or 50 people in a field, and it's just
Yep.
grown, and it's we have to get everybody involved, so that's why I like coming down there and doing things in the parks. I know that we have the Blue Bonnet Festival, the Polka Festival, and was it Cinco de Mayo and all that good stuff, but this is for us, um, and we have to support it. We got to start coming on out in numbers, show everybody that Ennis is here, but
You know, and I'm glad you said that. I can't necessarily say that. because it is a unity event. So, and you know how it is, you can't promote your own self. It always helps if someone else does that for you. And although you are the DJ, I feel like you are really, really an intricate part of Blues on Main and what we've done. You've helped those numbers to grow. Of course, you know, people come out for food and they come out for music. And so even when we didn't have quality artists, we've always had a quality DJ and quality music, because you've always been that consistent, you know, DJ for us, to make sure that things went well, that the artist had sound. And it's so much more to being a DJ than just playing music. And so I'm sure you could attest to that. Um,
You know, um,
so that's where we are. It started out being, and let's just kind of talk raw and candid a little bit. We really wanted it to start out being a Juneteenth event.
yes,
And we got lots of pushback from that, for two reasons. One, just because certain groups of people are very intimidated when you say Juneteenth. And so because it has become a city event, we were not able to utilize that term, to do that. And I really and truly I feel some kind of way. And this is not, this, I'm going to give a disclaimer here. This is not unity in the community's feeling, but this is my personal feeling. I feel that overall, it just in the whole world, not just in the city, but everybody else can have their culture day.
yeah.
In fact, we just had Cinco de Mayo, you know, and we want people to get involved. We have the polka festival, that is a Czechoslovakian day. But when we really start talking about having an African American day, then people have a problem with that.
Well, um, none of me personally myself, none of those events were detailed around us as far as black people. And when we have events, you know, we don't get as much support from people that look like us as we should. And but we still have to keep doing it. You know, you can't stop doing it just because they don't
Absolutely.
show up. Um, um, Walmart don't they don't not open the doors at 6 o'clock just because you don't show up. You know, so we have to keep doing it, and we have continued to do it, but we just have to have everybody coming out. We need you to come out, enjoy yourself. You know, it's a family thing. You know, it's not rowdy. It's everybody has a good time, and it's everybody out there. It's not just us. It's Hispanic,
Absolutely.
white. It's whatever floats your boat. Everybody likes just good music. Uh,
Hmm. And we
and
want it to be everybody. We don't want it to be exclusive. We want everyone to be included, just like, you know, every other event. It may not have us in mind, but they, you know, they don't exclude us from those particular events. And so we want to do the same thing. We want to make sure that it's family friendly. It's, you know, for everybody, for anybody who loves music. And the reason President at that time, President George Bush, um, proclaimed June as Black Music Month is because he realized that all genres stemmed from Black music.
well, music is universal. I mean, it's people that can't even speak English, but they know some Temptation songs. They know Michael Jackson. They know, you know, Tupac. They know Biggie. You know, they music is universal no matter where you go, what country you're in. Uh, you,
Right.
Japan, you know, the Temptations go over there, Whispers go over there,
Exactly.
and I tell people, especially my friends that in the music thing, when you go to do a show, um, You don't have to go over there and try to be like them. They're not hiring you to be like them. They're hiring you to be you. So the music is universal in Ennis. There's so many different people in Ennis. I know it's old money there, so we still have to keep pushing. And I still like to come down and go to the our parks and set up and do music because people will come out, you know. But and that'd be the good part about it is you get a chance to talk about other things that's going on in Ennis. You
Right.
know, I like to bring you and your mother out, you know, Bruce Jones, you know, people that are doing things or trying to make things happen. So when I go down there, I want y'all to come.
Right.
I want y'all to come out so we can drive it in everybody to um, Blues on Main. This thing can be, you know, real big. You know,
Huge.
other cities like DeSoto, they have this. I mean, this thing is big up here in DeSoto. You know,
Right.
uh, I live in Lancaster, but Ennis is my home, and I'm gonna continue. And I ain't gonna never not say Ennis is not my home. You know, I love coming to Ennis. You know, so I got everybody down there that I love. You know, so I'm coming, and I'm
Right.
be able to do my part. You know, that's why I
So
always try to be available when y'all call. You know, so.
right. So talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you do in Ennis outside of the Blues on Main. I know you are a huge supporter and advocate for community. So talk to us a little bit about that and some of the things that you're doing there.
It's even with like my cousin Chris, um, we would get together, try to get the you know the young kids to come out, maybe do hot dogs and stuff like that, flag football, and my cousin Sandy, you know, she just did the big Easter egg hunt. I think it
Mhm.
was her fourth year, and it was probably 300 or 400 people, kids out there, you know. And she does this out the kindness of her heart. You know, people donate, so you know whatever I can do to help out,
Right.
just just whatever it is, you know, if I'm coming down there, if I'm just taking fish to some elderly person, you know, I'm taking fish or
Right.
a classmate out. You know, we have our classmate breakfast that I kind of started that have just happened to be just two guys, and you know we just started reaching out to classmates, and so we try to do something with my classmates. I try to keep up with them all the time, you know. 'Cause I believe right now we got more years behind us than we got ahead of us.
Amen. You're not by yourself.
But I think that it's just so much go on now, and people are scared to go places because you can't really speak your mind anymore, you know, without somebody getting offended. So you have to keep that tight community together, you know, especially with you know with other people, other races do it. Hispanics, it can be 10 people in the house, and you know, and they live great together, you know. So we have to do the same thing. Go back to the old school, you know, the way we
Mm.
when I grew up, you know, everybody was in the house, you know. So, and you made it. So, it's I think it's too much solo going on, and we just have to get back to
You
doing that.
know, and that's one of the things that we've tried to do is make sure that others were included in what we're doing with Blues on Main. My my objective, along with my mother and the board, the Blues on the Unity in the Community Board, is that if we can walk through an open door, you know, we want everybody to come in. You know, we want to hold the door open so everybody can be a part. And so that has not always been the case. I think it's just now starting to be the case that people are seeing that they too can, you know, can be involved in what we're doing with regard Blues on Main or whatever, any other event that we're doing. Um, it it's kind of like it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village for us to build a community, you know. So it's not just predicated on one group or one organization or one person. We all are needed. We all are valued. All of the input that each of us have, it would be great for us to be that. So, you know, and I'm glad that you have been able to catch our vision and now be a part of that vision. Now, holding on strong for about 15 years, you have been a part from the 40 people to the 400 and 4,000 that we've had at the Blues Festival. So we're thankful that you have, that you've caught that vision for us and with us.
Well, I appreciate that, but you know, I just play music. I don't think I'm doing nothing too special, but
Come on now.
everybody,
World renowned DJ Bubba Yae, and you just coming to play music. Come on now.
I just
You
play.
know it's more than just that.
Well, um, it's a lot of people. You can have a whole bunch of music, but knowing what to do with it is the key. So I don't think
Absolutely.
I'm the greatest alive, but I hold my own. So uh,
You're
but
so humble.
Blues on Main is I look forward to it every year. So
Oh, I do too.
even with all the heat and everything, I stand out there all day long. We just have a good time. Just
Absolutely.
this I think what is it? Last year we added the brunch, the Sunday brunch. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That way that we can utilize what we have down there and just
Right.
brings people a little bit closer. So
And so let's talk about some of the performers, because you have actually worked with several of the performers that we have. So our lineup consists of Hannah Kirby, who is, she was actually the finalist on The Voice. So she will be coming out and opening up the Blues on Main for us. And then, of course, let's talk about Sugar Boy. Sugar Boy Charles Myers,
yeah,
and he and his band will actually be coming out. And so you've worked with them,
yeah.
and
He's a hometown boy.
he is one of the hometown boys, and he will be there with Texas Slim. And so we are excited to have both of them. Texas Slim has performed with us before, and I always tell him he's the coldest white boy on a bass. I love some Texas Slim. Um, and then, of course, after that, we have Junior Boy and Carrie Jones band.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
So
say his.
talk about them and some of the things that you know about those bands.
Um, I've worked with just about everybody around Dallas at one time or another. Um, whether it was Big Charles Young, anybody from Johnny Taylor to Barcades to the Whispers, the Temptations. I've been on shows with them. I think my first show that I ever DJ'd was when No Limit Soldiers first come out at the Longhorn Ballroom.
Yeah.
I I I was a part of that. I DJ'd that. That was years
Wow.
ago. And but Junior Boy, Sugar Boy Miles, he's been around. We did some things at some different places that he was there and a part of. I mean, just about everybody that we've had on the show, I've been around them at some point.
Hmm. And
Just
you've been pretty instrumental even in securing many of the performers that we have, and because that, hey, that's your expertise. So many of those groups that we secure, they've come through your hand and just kind of your recommendation. I know you and myself, we'll meet up at some godforsaken place to to hear talent and that kind of stuff. So many times that's through you that we've secured those individuals.
well, it's one of those things. I know people that know people that know people.
Right.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Um,
So tell me this, how did you get started in DJing? And
we,
yeah.
I think I went to a I went to a trade school and I was fascinated by this guy playing music. And man, I was dancing, and you ain't never seen me dance, but
No.
back then I was dancing. And when I came home, I just think we lived in the projects, and I bought a Sansui stereo, And I had a bunch of records. I get out in the middle of those apartments, and people be talking about, "Boy, cut that music down, cut that music." And I think my first time that I ever DJ'd at a nightclub was NL Farmers Club in Ennis.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met this cat named oh man, boy, I can't think of nothing now. Mm, mm, mm. Gary Wimberly. Gary Wimberly is from Denison, Texas,
Mm, okay.
but you may know him as DJ G Magic. He was one of the DJs at Club 287 back in the.
Wow, that's been 100 years ago.
Gary took me under his wing and taught me the craft, and I just went from there. And actually, a few years ago, I gave him an award party over in Los
Mm,
Angeles. I gave him an award, brought him up. He lives in down below Tyler.
uh-huh.
He lives down there now, and
Okay.
just one thing led to another. Just got better and better. Traveled around with a band. I was a blues artist DJ for a few years, and then I just started doing the work in the clubs. So night and day, working during the day, DJing at night.
So and I believe in multiple streams of income. So I believe in working until your hobby, what you love to do, outruns what you have to do. And right now there are lots of individuals. We get calls all the time about individuals coming to DJ or to come to showcase their talent at the Blues on Main. And you've actually allowed some of those young artists to come and watch you and kind of be an apprentice under you during that event. What kind of tips or information or direction can you give some of our young individuals who want to get involved in DJing?
Well, number one, you have to study the music. You have to study what you're doing. Um, Anybody can own a pair of turntables, CD players, controller, but you have to know the music that you're playing, and you have to understand that music has an impact on people, whether it's positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I would say 98% of the music I play is gonna always be clean. So clean is universal. You can go to a family reunion, you can go to a church function or whatever and play clean. So I advise all these cats to you know get your clean music. There's ways of getting it. You can contact the artist. Every artist out there is on Facebook, is on social media. You can inbox them and they'll be happy to send you music. You have to put in the work and practice. Don't practice on tricks while you're doing a gig. Practice at home.
Mm,
So and then just be a person of your word. You know, Starting out, you're not gonna make any money. You're gonna people not gonna know what you're doing. They're not gonna know your worth, but only you know your worth. And my other advice to a person that's trying to DJ, whether you're man or male or female, don't let anybody give you what they want you to have. That's kind of
mm.
you know you know
Say
you
that again. Just say that again for the people in the back.
don't let anyone give you what they want you to have. You set your standard and you roll with it. So if you want X amount of dollars, you know, if you feel like you're worth that, then you stick to it. Because they don't go to Walmart and bargain on the price. They don't call the electric company and say, "Hey, I think that's too much. I'm gonna pay you this." No, you're gonna pay this, or you're gonna be no lights. So,
Right, 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 right. Wow.
most important thing, I think. Remember the movie Kung Fu, where Kung
Yep.
Fu thought he was better than the master? Never think you're better than your teacher. Just listen and learn. That's all you have to do. Listen and learn, because he'll forget.
And that's the interesting thing that I have heard, because I'm talking to, like I said, we always get calls about people who are starting their DJing business and want to be, on the docket, on the lineup or whatever. And I will ask them, okay, so who is your mentor? Who, are you working with someone? No, no, I'm on my own. So sometimes, a lot of these people, they don't even have a teacher. They see you being successful, they see other people being successful with being DJs. As I mean, it's more than, again, it's more than just playing music. um but a lot of times, particularly the younger ones, they don't they don't want to stop. They don't value the lessons and the wisdom from someone who's been it in a while. They just believe that they can do it and they can do it better, and that kind of thing. What's your advice to those individuals who think that they already got it? They don't need anybody to help them with this.
Well, what'll happen is the ones that think that way, they'll probably end up being what they call it,
Broke.
taken advantage of, because people people will tend to take advantage of people that don't know. They be so happy to get a gig that they're not
Mm,
knowing that they're being mistreated. Uh,
right.
you they might have you up there all night long for peanuts, and they're wondering how
Wow.
somebody can come in and do 3 hours and make twice what they done made and been there nine. So it's I think it comes with experience. You just have to listen to somebody, find somebody that you look up to, ask them questions. I don't mind answering questions. I'd rather teach you how to get what you need than to give it to you.
Absolutely.
Because if I teach you how to get what you need, then you can get it whenever you get ready. But if you're out there and you're trying to get wait on somebody else to get it and then you want it, then I may not be in the mood to do anything that day. And
Mm-hmm.
they need somebody. If I show you how to get it, you can go get it whenever you get ready. And
Right.
that's a lot of the things that some of the young ones, they don't want to sit back and take the time and do the research. Okay, where can I get this? I can't find it here. I can't find it there. Well, it's there. You just have to ask the right in the right way. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
a lot of good guys. I know a lot of young guys out there that are real good, but it's one of the things an inexperienced person is not going to be able to go and handle a big crowd. Because,
Right.
you know, everybody get butterflies. But, it's more, like you said, it's more to DJ than just playing music, especially if
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to be in the clubs. Because I had a guy to tell me something one time, NL Farmer, matter of fact. I was that young person too. Everything I want about was, oh man, keeping it hype, keeping them dancing all night, keeping them dancing all night. He said, young man, you're doing a good job, but you need to slow it down. I said, okay, I played a slow song. He said, no, that's not what I mean. He said, in the club business, the name of the game is selling that bar. And if they're on the dance floor all night, ain't nobody drinking. So you have to pace yourself, and it's a rhythm to it. People gonna do what they're gonna do when they get ready. When they get ready
Gotcha.
to party, you ain't gonna be able to stop them. So
I
and
love it.
it was funny back then, but it did make a lot of sense
Right.
if you're in the game to make money, especially as a bar owner. If
Mm-hmm.
you're on the floor all night, nobody's at the bar drinking, and he'd
Wow.
rather sell all of his liquor than to see you out there doing that.
Absolutely. Wow. Because that's where the money is, in the bars, in the alcohol.
Money is.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So as we are embarking upon the Blues Festival, talk to us a little bit about what the attendees can look forward to with you on the mic.
Well, I like to interact with people, so um, you might hear something it might be some old school stuff you might hear. You might even hear a little country from me, but with the Blues on Main, we try to stick to the format. You know, I break away. We're gonna do some line dances. We're gonna reminisce. We're gonna play some old school. Uh, we might throw a little bit of this, a little bit of that in there, but you know, we try to keep it in a way to where everybody enjoy themselves. So
Hmm.
you know, it's easy to go into some other genre, but that's not what we're about. You know, so there's a time and place for it. So
Wonderful.
the
And you're
blues.
pretty interactive too. So you will usually bring people up and all that kind of stuff and interact with individuals and just make it a fun time. So
Yeah.
what
It's
especially
fun.
this year, we've
Just
got the
everybody
meetups.
there, everybody that comes through Ennis, I know them pretty much. I don't care if they come from Dallas, Waxahachie, Corsicana. I know somebody, and I I've probably joked around with them in some kind of way. You
Right.
know, it all this time, you know, all these years, you know, and I guess the reason I like coming home, I know everybody. I pretty much know what they like, and you know, kid them about stuff we did when we were kids, when they were younger, when I was younger. So it's just a big family thing, you know. Everybody can relax. There's no tension. Everybody can relax, and I like to interact with everybody. So I like to have fun.
Well, that's exactly what you guys can look forward to if you come on down to the Blues on Main
Oh, we got
2022.
t-shirts too, you know. Don't we have t-shirts, right?
Man, we have some nice looking t-shirts. Our artist for the last several years of our shirts have been Braden Carroll. If you are from the Ennis area, you probably know him, know his work, seen his work. He is a senior in high school. Well, he's a junior this year. He'll be a senior next year. And so we are just excited about those shirts. So they are online. They should be online tomorrow. I posted a picture of one, but we'll get it all where it can be ordered online, as well as I don't have it in front of me, but we also have the metal water bottles that we will have for sale there on Blues on Main as well.
I know some people hit me up on my social media. They was looking for the link to buy them, and I told them, I said, well, you know, it'll be coming soon. I think you saw that on
Yes, 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 yes. So I'm actually waiting on the designer to send all of that information. When I did the shirt, I guess because it was transferring from one platform to another, it looked a little grainy to me. So he was going to fix that and make sure that people could see the true quality of the shirt on the link. So hopefully it should be up and running in the next couple of days. So we're pretty excited about that. People getting their shirts early.
I want to make sure everybody know that if you come down there, you know it's gonna be a little warm. So, you know, dress cool, you know, drink plenty of water. We'll have plenty of stuff, you know, around there, water and refreshments to drink. And, you know, if you don't have an umbrella or a tent, you know, somebody out there gonna have a tent. There's gonna be one big tent out there we'll provide. And it's moving, I think this time. It's gonna be between the post office and the bank.
Yeah, we're working those details out. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll know for sure if that's where we're going to move it. I'm okay with that. I love it being in that spot. So
It gives you a
yeah.
little bit more cover instead of just being out directly in the heat, you know.
Hmm.
I think that may be a good move. Um, I hope we
It
bring
takes a lot of planning, so to make sure that all of the moving pieces fit together.
and Roger Mays Park will be ready soon, and we will be ribbon cutting and christening it
Yeah, man. I
soon.
I drove through there the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really, really a major accomplishment. They've got the covering over the playground. They have the name and that's out there.
They were
So
bricking columns last Saturday when I went over there. They were bricking the columns, so
uh-huh.
hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to get out there and all the innocents to hear some music. So just to kind of kick it off to we try to get things rolling. So
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know they're working even on a historical landmark to be put out there because most people do not know the history of Rogers and Mays. First of all, they think the name of it is Roger Mays, but it's actually two different people. It was Dr. Rogers and Dr. Mays.
Okay.
They were doctors there in Ennis. And so I know Mom has been working, Commissioner Watson has been working on getting information about those two doctors and contacting their family members so that we can get the landmarks out there, so the city can put landmarks out there so that we will know our own history about the park that's in Fourth Ward.
To touch on another note, there is a lot of talent that's come out of Ennis.
Absolutely.
You got, you know, Charlie Miles, Sugar Boy Miles. You got um, Luther Routon, he's
Mm-hmm.
a musician. You got Bruce Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you got a lot of talent, not only musicians, you got poets, writers.
Yes.
No, uh, you're a writer. You have what's the other girl? Mm,
I don't know what her first name is, but her last name is Edwards, I believe.
yes,
She's
Lisa. Lisa Edwards. She has a book. I bought it.
yes.
I bought it the last time I saw it.
Tab,
Yeah,
Tab Hall, Tab, Pennon
a lot
now.
of talent
Mm-hmm.
in his athletes. Just period. I have classmates that we used to run around together. They're pastors, but I don't let that stop me from needling them.
Right. Hey, they were before they were pastors, they were
Yeah, so
yeah.
uh, I just think that with all the people and the talent that comes out of Ennis, it could be this Blues on Main could be a lot bigger if we all just let's start participating. Let's participate. You know, let's support. We I know we don't have a lot of black businesses in Ennis, but the ones that's there, we need to do better. Need to do better. So
Yeah. So I tell you what, again, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for buying in and for staying in the game with us and walking this walk. It's you have seen the behind the scenes
yeah,
stories and challenges and things that we've had to deal with, but I am so grateful that God has placed you in a position to offer your talents, your resources, your energies, your expertise to make this event a success. And I'm excited about what it's going to be, what it is becoming.
I think that
Um,
I
yeah.
think we sparked something in Waxahachie because I spoke with a cat, actually your cousin, um, uh, Rod Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Uh-huh.
trying to do something as well. I think that they're trying to put something. They've been working on it for a minute, and I think I told them, I said, man, you need to get with Charlotte, man. Maybe they can give you some pointers on what y'all could do. I think it was last year we talked about it. I talked to them about a month or so ago, and
Yeah.
I think they
Okay.
made something happen too. So I think we sparked something in them, and I know it's some other towns that have stuff going on, like Hillsboro.
Hmm.
Hillsboro has a tradition. I have relatives down there, and I used to go down there. It's called the Hillsboro Homecoming, and they
Okay.
used to have it in July. And it used to be a big thing. I used to go down there with where my aunts and stuff was, and it kind of how people get grown, they move away, and
Right.
a lot of times the tradition falls through the cracks. But I think they're trying to make a comeback. So things are happening.
Cool.
Um,
Well,
and
I believe the saying that if you help enough people get what they want, you will eventually get what you want. And so I believe in sharing information. We cannot, nobody can do this by themselves. And so be sure, if any of those individuals, I'll call Rod and myself, but any of those other individuals, if they need help, if they need assistance, if they need, resources or information, please make sure they, give us a call, let me know any way I can help. I am willing to do that. Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Um,
Well, it has been wonderful. I know you are very, very busy. I know that your nighttime comes early because you have to get up early.
not
We
anymore.
what?
Oh yeah, I changed that. I'm got banker hours now.
Oh, shucks. Okay. Well,
I
that's
just,
hey, that's
you
all
know,
right.
I got lucky. I got lucky, and I landed something that I don't have to be at work till 8 o'clock in the morning now.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yes, I
yeah.
remember us trying to schedule times because you would be on the road at 3 and 4 o'clock in the
Oh
morning.
yeah. Right.
Ah,
You
so
don't have to do
bless
that
your heart.
anymore.
Well, I'm glad that has helped.
I know. The
Yeah.
I like to tell people like what's going on. I think the first thing I, I'm I've got the opportunity to be a part of the Black Wall Street rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you don't know anything about Black Wall Street,
Yeah,
Google it, and you can you know what I'm talking about. They having a
absolutely.
big thing, I've been asked to be a part of that, and it's
That's
next
awesome.
weekend. It's next week, next Saturday.
Okay. Congratulations.
Then June is full. Of course, we got the Blues on Main. Then I've been asked to be a part of Waco's Juneteenth Family Fun Day.
Okay.
It'll be on the 18th, which is the following Saturday. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
asked to be a part of that. I'll be alongside of Big Rob, Tony, and Michelle A. And I'll be with
Okay.
Big Rob next weekend as well.
Okay.
Uh,
Great.
I think in September, I have a trip back to Atlanta, and I'll be going down there to do my thing in Atlanta again. So that's good. And I think South Carolina's coming up too. So I've been doing a little moving around here lately.
Yes,
Oh,
you
and I got
have.
Paris, Texas on July 2nd.
Okay.
So
Wonderful. Well, certainly make sure you send us those dates. You have people who love you and people who will follow you. So let's make sure that we not only support him during Blues on Main, but we also support him doing these other events. There is nothing like speaking, performing, doing something away from home, and you look out in the audience and you see your family. It just,
it's a
man,
couple. It's one couple in Ennis that follows me just about everywhere I go.
oh wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Jimmy Hale and his wife.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came way down to Beaumont. They came to Pittsburgh, Texas.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
just about everywhere I go, they show up
Oh,
with
wow.
my T-shirt on.
And I bet that makes you feel so very proud. Just really, really, wow.
I hope we get the park done to where we can just come out and do some hot dogs
And do some more things out there. So when are you wanting to do that? Just kind of whenever they finish, or do you have a set
whenever
date?
they get some power, I'm coming. Whenever
Gotcha.
they got the electricity on, I'm coming. I
Gotcha.
hope
Gotcha.
it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm kind of hoping it's done by then.
Gotcha.
Be a
Gotcha.
perfect time. Everybody be off that Monday. We can come down that Saturday and hang out and
Mm-hmm.
hot dogs and chips and different stuff like that. And it's
Gotcha.
as always, it's for everybody. Bring your kids.
Right.
Because they
Right.
got they got the playground done. They got new basketball goals.
Yes.
You know,
Uh-huh.
everything out there. So
Brand new restrooms,
huh?
all that. It's a start. It's a start, and we are very grateful for what they're doing, and so hopefully people can come and show how grateful we are, how thankful we got something.
Yes.
We have something that's better, and that's
A little
better
late,
than
but we
nothing.
got it.
We got it.
A little
We
late, but
got
we
it.
got it.
It's been a long time coming, but we got it. So we want to make sure that we not only utilize it, but we want to also make sure that we take care of it.
Yes.
Because that's the other thing, man. We've got to take care of our stuff.
Because what happens is, uh, it's like if you don't care anything about it, they not gonna care anything about it.
Why should they?
Yeah. So
Why
Um,
should anybody care about something that belongs to you?
so
So, yeah.
just
So
want
I
to
look
put
forward to that. I look forward to you coming
thank
out to
you.
Roger Mays and Park and, on a regular basis doing something down there for the community. I think that's great. I think that that shows the heart that you have coming back home to really do those things.
Well, my britches don't ever get too big, so.
Amen. I know you're right.
But I appreciate everything that y'all do and allowing me to be a part of it. But it's it's
Absolutely.
fun. It's
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, you have heard tonight from William DJ Bubba Yae McDonald. So just stay tuned. If you're seeing his social media TikToks and Instagram and things like that. So if you have not had an opportunity to log into his show on Sunday, please do that. He has a
it's
wonderful
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock from 1 to 3
yes.
on YouTube Live. I do Southern Soul, a little old school, every Sunday. It's been going on for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm up to about 32,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
You can view the show. As you see, you can see the studio. It's like 3 different camera angles that you'll be able to see, and I get about anywhere from 250 to 325 people viewing live every Sunday
Mm-hmm.
from all
Mm-hmm.
over the country. We're talking uh, Ethiopia, Brazil, Argentina, from
Yeah.
California to Florida. It's people all over the country tuned in, and California is 2 hours early, so they're up at 11 o'clock listening to me on
Trying
Sunday.
to get into some DJ Bubba Yae. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely. Well, guys, log in, get to Blues on Main as fast as you can, as soon as you can. The Saturday of course, is a free event. We'll have food vendors. We'll have adult beverage beverages out there for sale. We'll have lots of different food vendors. We want to thank all of our sponsors who are, absolutely amazing and allowing this particular festival to take place. Some of I don't want to start calling names, but I do want to say thank you to our title sponsor, which is Pegasus Dodge there in Ennis. So they are our title sponsor for this particular event. So come on out if you have not driven the latest Dodge vehicle. We'll have that out there as well for you. And then, of course, on Sunday, we have our guest artist, Miss Tara Glover and Anointed Vessel, as well as Trius Allen, who was the semifinalist on American Idol. So come on out. We do have a buffet that will be taking place on that day, on that Sunday. So if you have not gotten your ticket for that, you can go online. There is a link for that. You can go online and purchase those tickets, or we do have some physical tickets if you want to
give
contact
them the
me and I
time.
can make sure we have that.
Give them the time. I think it's from 10 to 2, and the buffet starts around 10:30, 11, or something like that.
Yes. So let's back up on Saturday. The health fair, the health power in wellness health fair is from 10 to 2. So make sure you come out and do that. We are taking blood donations from Carter Blood Center or with Carter Blood Center. We have lots of other health things that's going on. Bubba Yae is there usually at 10 o'clock already with music going. We have live music that starts at 4 o'clock on that day. And of course, it goes all the way to 10:30, 11 at night. On Sunday, the buffet starts at 10. All of the music, the gospel music, and the sermon highlights from some of our local pastors, that starts at 11 o'clock. And so that will go until 2 o'clock. So please make sure you come on out and just have a fantastic time. We look forward to serving you again this year. So if there's nothing else, thank you so much for being online with us. Oh, excuse me. We hope to see you. Bubba Yae, we love you.
Love you too, darling.
Have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.